Good evening, friends and masters. I'm Aparna from PMC Africa for another lovely session on emotions. Today we have amongst us another pyramid master. Her name is Srimati Nethra. She's working as an assistant professor at AES National College, Kurnool, and she has been into meditation since 2020 and was introduced by Renuka ma'am. She's then actively participating related to works of meditation, teaching meditation to students, and participating in seminars and workshops related to spirituality is her mission. So, guiding students into traveling inside out satsangas is her forte. So, all gratitude and welcome to you, Nethra ma'am, on the platform of PMC Africa. We're looking forward to a lovely session ahead with the topic of emotions. Welcome, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Firstly, I pronounce my Atma Pranams to Guru Patriji and Guru Mata Swarnamala Patri Amma. I also convey my wishes to all who are here on the platform of PMC Africa and the people who are listening to this session through YouTube. Today, we will understand, today we'll gain wisdom or knowledge on the topic emotions. My dear masters, my dear gods, and my dear friends, we are learning meditation. Yes, we are having the knowledge, wisdom related to spirituality. But still, somewhere will be confused or kind of, will be not able to have the entire or the completeness while we are doing this journey. We'll be having the question, what is the reason behind it? I'm sitting in meditation, I'm practicing meditation, I am continuously doing satsanga, I'm continuously doing svadhyaya, I am also spreading meditation, but still somewhere I'm feeling the incompleteness. What might be the reason? Many of us have this question, and many of us, we go through the phase as well. And the reason behind it is the emotions inside us. So again, the question arises, how it is being connected to emotions? Why emotions are playing so vital role? Why? Because of emotions, we are feeling the incompleteness. What might be the reason? Or how these emotions are causing the incompleteness? We'll be having this question, isn't it, masters? Prior to understanding about emotions, we should first know that we are having energies, and those energies always has to be balanced in our physical body or all 7 bodies. So what are those energies? The 2 major energies are, or which we are combined with, are feminine energy and masculine energy. In each and every individual, irrespective of gender, it might be female or it might be male, we are the combination of these 2 energies, that is feminine energy as well as masculine energy, Prakriti, Purush. We also state them as. So, what is this feminine energy and what is this masculine energy? How they're helping us, or we have learned that we are the combination of this feminine and masculine energies. How to understand those energies? and how this feminine energies and masculine energies are triggering up the emotions inside us. Masters in us for doing the spiritual sadhana or traveling the path of meditation, we have to follow the middle path. We know it. To follow this middle path, we should be having this energies in the balanced state, or we should be having the positive feminine energies and positive masculine energies, or we can also call it as balanced feminine energy and balanced masculine energy. If it is imbalanced, both is feminine or masculine, again, it will give an impact on our emotions. Emotions, nothing but the feelings, any feeling as such which arises out of us or inside us at any situation for that matter. That emotion might be aggressiveness, that emotion might be anger, that emotion might be sad, or the emotion might be happiness, anything for that matter. This state, that is two energies, feminine energy and masculine energy, it is linked to there. So, first, we should understand what is the state of these energies inside us, whether it is balanced or imbalanced. So, we should understand as a person, I do have both the energies, whether they are in the balanced or imbalanced state. How to check them? Balanced feminine energies, these, how we can understand what represents means balanced feminine energy will be having the sensitivity. Any person with feminine balanced energies, no, they'll be sensible. They'll be very much sensible to the situations, to the person's sensitivity, and they'll be very compassionate. They'll shower love and affection. They'll be having the caring and sacrifice attitude. Also, they'll be very much confidence. This is how the balanced feminine energy reflects in a person. If we see a person with all these qualities, yes, we can understand the person is having a balanced feminine energy. Even we can self check actually whether I am compassionate, whether I do have confidence, whether I am able to sacrifice, whether I'm able to show the care, do have these qualities. No one can judge us apart from us. So we are the best, examiner for us, I would say. So there is no requirement for any other person to give the statements about us. Have a self check while doing meditation or while through Swadhyaya. We can check ourselves. That, see, I'm saying and doing are very different. Obviously, we must be doing what we are saying. So if I'm saying I have very much good confidence, or I show good affection, care, or whatever it is, saying, but am I doing the same? That is how I'm supposed to be doing Swadhyaya. So if I check, yes, am I having or not? The balanced feminine energies. And the balanced masculine energies, they reflect, or a person who is having balanced masculine energies, he or she will be having the logical thinking. The logical thinking in any situation for that matter, they don't go for emotional thinking. They just don't drain away with the situation. They'll be able to think what is the fact. That is how the masculine, balanced masculine energy will be. Also, they'll be having the strength, the power, they'll be having the supporting attitude, they'll be having the protecting attitude, and they'll be emotionally matured person. As I said, any person, irrespective of gender, will be the combination. I mean, they will be having both the energies, feminine energy as well as masculine energy. So it might be male or it might be female. If they have this balanced energies as the list we have read or gone through, they'll be having such, they'll be reflecting. We can see a female definitely protecting their family or her loved ones, showing strength, courage. Yes, she's having balanced masculine energy. Any person who is male showing compassionate, confidence, love, care, sacrifice is having balanced feminine energies. So we can self check or we can see, understand through the actions. And simultaneously, as we said, many people now are facing this imbalances in this feminine and masculine energies, which are directly impacting the emotional body, I would say. So, how a person with the imbalances energies will be behaving or reflecting their attitude, or how, what kind of situations they face is, yes, imbalanced feminine energy reflect the emotional imbalance. They reflect the emotional imbalance. It's like having no logical thinking, immediately reacting to any situation without any second thought process or whatever it is so called. And they'll be having more fear to any situation. They feel threat, they feel low confidence, and also they'll be very much dependent, and majorly they'll be very much lazy. They'll also be not ready to their, to do their simple works. It might be chores or whatever it is. They feel very lazy. I would also like to add, like they'll be kind of sticky to bed. They don't wake or whatever it is. Right. So these are the reflections of imbalanced feminine energies. And imbalanced masculine energies will be so aggressive. They'll be very aggressive and they'll show, express more and more anger. Again, no, the logical brain or brain functionality is, it'll be like dead, they'll be showing, throwing more and more anger. And yes, they'll be having very careless attitude. They don't care for the family. They don't even, it'll be like surprise even if they're caring for themselves. Such kind of attitudes or reflections we would see in imbalanced masculine energies. So for us, definitely we should bring the imbalances to balances. From the state of imbalance to balance, we have to bring. This is very, very much important. As I said, these energies, if they are in the state of imbalance, they reflect, they directly impact on our emotional body. Now, what happens if they are reflecting on our emotional body? We know we do have 7 bodies, and one among it is emotional body, the other it is etheric body. And this etheric body, emotional body play a very, very vital role in impacting or influencing the physical body, I would say. It might be the influence regarding health, regarding how your day work starts, day ends, how active you are in the entire day, how peaceful you are in the entire day. This energetic body, that is etheric body and emotional body, leave the impact on physical body. Because if my emotion is disturbed, I'm much exhibiting the anger, my energy is draining out, and definitely physical body is getting affected, isn't it? But if I'm very much happy, my energy is conserved, my physical health is superb. So that is the reason we should understand the connectivity between this energy body, that is etheric body, as well as the physical body, as well as this emotional body. So by understanding this emotional body or being emotional honest. Being emotional honest, as we learned that feminine energies and masculine energies, by balancing them, we could have healthy emotions. And also, now we should understand the process is vice versa as well. So if we are emotionally honest, definitely those balances automatically happens. So first we should understand what emotions are, how to be emotionally honest. Emotions, as we understood, nothing but the feelings, the state, whatever arises out of the situations or the way I or we try to react. Then what is emotional honest? Emotional honest is nothing but expressing the true feelings, expressing the true feelings with the two factors added to it. So what are those two factors added to it? That is being emotionally awareness and emotionally intelligence. We should be emotional honest with two factors, that is emotional awareness as well as emotional intelligence. Then what is this emotional awareness? For example, now I would share a joke with you people. Everyone, you'll like, if the joke is really good, you'll respond to the joke, you'll laugh. But if I repeat the same joke twice or thrice or four times for that matter, the it'll be decreasing. The laugh you share or the laugh you respond to the same joke, it'll be decreasing, diminishing, because you don't tend to laugh for the same joke, right? But now there is a situation where you felt very bad because of the situation, you felt very grief, you know but you're responding very often to that same situation and saying, I just faced the situation, I just gone through that situation, I'm feeling sad, yet I'm feeling sad, I'm not able to come out of it. So my question is the situation making you to feel that, or a person, me, making you to feel that? See, I shared a joke, you laughed once, later on you didn't laugh. Now a situation arises where it is making you to feel sad. So is that situation made you to feel sad, or you, because you wanted to respond, made it so? Actually, the reality is, it is we who we are responding is making us to have the amount of pain or the amount of happy. In the first situation, you were not ready to respond. That is the reason you didn't feel like laughing again and again. But in the second situation, you felt like, yes, I want to respond. That is the reason the amount of sad it is being carried. So that is what the emotional awareness is. Is it me who is welcoming, or is it the opposite person or the situation making me to feel so? Is what the emotional awareness is. And yes, it is connected to the emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is nothing but properly analyzing, properly understanding. Many times we feel like we understood the situation, but still we'll be acting quite opposite to that. Deep down in the heart, we'll be knowing this happened because I responded, but still we don't go through that, or we don't go in the same lane, we go quite opposite to the lane, right? So emotional honesty is connected to this emotional awareness as well as emotional intelligence. And our society, it is always good, it is always expert in training us to be the emotional dishonest persons. And my dear masters, my dear friends, to be emotional honest, we don't need much energy. But to be emotional dishonest, we need more and more energy. So, looking into how society is training us to be emotional dishonest, when a child takes birth on this earth, once the child gains the knowledge related or connected to the earth, society starts training the child. If the child is girl, their statements will be like, "Your girl, you need not laugh. You shouldn't laugh louder. Your girl, you shouldn't express your words or feelings out loudly. You should suppress it. Should not communicate it." And if it is boy, being a boy, you shouldn't cry. Being a boy, you shouldn't sit at home. This is how society is training to be emotional dishonest. And yes, without a knowledge, we are being used to it. And constantly we are becoming emotional dishonest. We are completely ignoring the emotional awareness, emotional intelligence. And yes, we are becoming emotional dishonest, and our energy is continuously draining faster and faster for being emotional dishonest. I feel like laughing. I'll just laugh. Do you think more energy is required for it? No. Or I would give the example of river is flowing. I swim with the flow. I need not to waste more energy. But if I swim opposite to the stream or opposite to the flow, what is the amount of energy is required there? Twice or thrice more, isn't it? The same way, if I feel an emotion and if I express it, I need not use more energy of mine. But if I want to suppress it, if I want to exactly do opposite of what I feel, I have to spend more and more energy. Again, it leaves an impact on the balanced energies which I spoke earlier, that is feminine and masculine. And if feminine energy and masculine energy represents the half part right side, feminine energy represent the half part left side. If these energies, or we could say that as Ardhanarishwara Sthiti also, and if these energies are not balanced, what happens if Shiva Shakti is not balanced? What happens if Prakriti Purush is not balanced? Isn't it? The same thing happens as a human for us also, if our energies are not balanced. And I'm trying to be emotional dishonest. Yes, that is what society has taught us. More and more energy is going out. And how? Definitely, I would look for good physical health, good mental health, and how I could live a peaceful, happy life. No, definitely, it is not being possible, isn't it? So, we should learn how to be emotional honest. And for this, we do have almost 6 stages, masters. So, we shall understand those 6 stages, stage by stage. Then, we will learn how to balance this energies, and definitely practicing it. Practicing, practicing is just by doing svadhyaya, doing meditation and doing svadhyaya. Definitely, day by day, we can see the improvements. So, first, we shall understand this 6 stages of emotional honest. The very first stage is emotional responsibility. Emotional responsibility is like person, any person for that matter, if they feel, if they have any sense of emotion inside them, they should be ready to accept it. They should be prepared to express it. They should know what kind or what they are feeling inside. And whatever they're feeling inside, they should tend to express it. That is what emotional responsibility is. For example, as I said, I feel laughing. I should feel responsible for it and I should feel like expressing it. If I feel anger, I should feel responsible for it and I should express it. If I feel sad, I should feel responsible for it, I should express it. This is very, very much important. Any emotions for that matter, I should have responsibility towards it. I should express it. Or I should tend to express it. This is very, very much important. If you don't feel like expressing it, again, you're putting more and more energy on it to suppress, and you feel like draining out. So, this is the very first stage, that is emotional responsibility. Any person, they should tend to express their opinions about how they're feeling at any moment for that matter. And now, emotional honesty, emotional responsibility, emotional honesty. Now, we understood that any person for that matter, any kind of emotion which arises inside them, they should be feel responsible for it, and they should try to express it. That is what we understood. But is that the emotion which has arisen inside them is true or not? Is it arised inside them, or it is arised because of the influence of any other person? They should understand it. First, emotional responsibility. Next, emotional honesty. I mean, under emotional honesty only, again, this is the second point or second stage. I'm feeling happy. That is the emotional responsibility. But this happiness is because of whom? Is it because of me? Or is it because of the opposite person? Or is it because of the situation? What is making me to feel that happy? And am I being true towards it? Am I being honest towards it? Am I able to understand how I am in the stage or phase of that happiness? Is what I have to check in the second stage. That is emotional honest. And the third stage is emotional openness. Yeah, I know I should be emotionally responsible. I know I should be emotional honesty. Now, in the third stage, I must be willing to express or share it. I'm feeling happy, but my willingness of expressing, it must be existed. And if I don't try to express, again, I'm moving towards emotional dishonest, which again consumes more and more energy. Whatever the amount of sadhana I pour there, it will be of no use. Because all the energy I conserve by doing meditation is draining out because of being emotionally dishonest, because of not willing to express my emotion. This is happening. It shouldn't happen. I should try to protect my energy because energy is so precious. We are doing meditation, isn't it? We have to definitely have it with us. So, first is emotional responsibility. Next is emotional honesty. Third one is emotional openness. And the fourth stage or the fourth phase, what we do is emotional assertiveness. Emotional assertiveness, here which the priority shouldn't go for I, the priority should go for we. I hope you understand. The priority shouldn't go for I, the priority should go for we. Means the way we want to express our emotions shouldn't hurt other feelings. Simultaneously, it shouldn't hurt me as well. That is how we are supposed to be expressing our emotions. Expressing happiness doesn't damage anything, but expressing anger, expressing aggressiveness, expressing sorrow or sadness, Do we really think it doesn't leave any damage? It certainly does. So we must be knowing how to express them. And at the stage of emotional assertiveness, we must be very ground to earth. Or any person who is at the stage of emotional assertiveness, their behavior, their attitude, their way of being will be like, they'll be very ground to earth. They'll be willing to ask for help, and they'll be willing to help any other individual without any priorities or barriers. That is how emotional assertiveness stage will be. There will be no like superiority or inferiority in this emotional assertiveness stage. So first, being emotional responsible is very, very much important. And next, connected emotional honesty. Next, connected emotional openness. And it is connected to emotional assertiveness. See, if I am at the stage of emotional assertiveness, it is not at all a problem for me to express my emotions. The people who, I mean, who are at the stage of emotional assertiveness, the sentences, the phrases they use, no, they'll be like, "What happened? May I help you?" Or "I need your help." They don't directly blame any individuals. "Because of you, I'm like this." No, they don't use such phrases. In that situation, you have done your job, but I was not very pleased with it. This is how the sentences will be when the person is at the stage of emotional assertiveness. That is how the person express their emotions or emotional openness. So it will make the opposite person to realize instead of react. Right? I hope you are able to get the difference. And next, emotional understanding. The very fifth stage is emotional understanding. And this emotional understanding, it make a person to understand the cause and effect of the emotions they express. We know emotional openness is very, very much mandate. But if I open my emotions out to the world, what is the cause and effect of it? Do I really need to express it? And if I express it, what is the result out of it? Is it benefiting any individual out there? Is it benefiting me? Is it really essential for me to express it? And if I express it, what is amount of responsibility I am taking for it? And what is the amount of irresponsibility I may take out of it? This is how the person understand the emotions. What are the cause and effects of expressing it? At this stage, the person who is at this stage, their thinking patterns will be like this. And finally, the sixth stage is emotional detachment. The responsible person of the emotions is you. You have to be honest towards it. You have to express it. You know what how to express it, and you are trying to understand what is the cause and effect of expressing the emotions. And finally, you are able to get to know what is required and what is not required. And yes, the person at this stage doesn't want to live with the burden of emotions. They doesn't want to live with the burden of the emotions. They'll be like, what is the need? And if it is fine, it'll be like accepting and let go. Definitely, the formula for happiness always states accepting, let go, and gratitude is ultimate happiness. These kind, the person with emotional detachment be. A person may phase by phase, they may go through these stages, or the person might be at any of this stage. And totally as a package, we call it as emotional honest. And a question arises, we just live a normal life? Oh, we do have really so theory for emotions? Yes, of course. If we understand anything scientifically, we'll be able to do the better svadhyaya or nothing but the self check. Every minute, every time. And many individuals who are at the highest achievement at their stage of life, they'll be losing their energy because of this imbalanced emotions. It's not so easy to go to be at the stage of emotional detachment. That for that, more and more sadhana, more and more svadhyaya, more and more practical living with the knowledge is required. Whatever we are learning, to implement it is very, very much essential. I am sharing wisdom, I am learning wisdom. What is the use without implementation? What is the use if we are not living with that wisdom in the actual life or in this physical life? We have to implement it. It is like drafting the theory for an experiment, but not performing the experiment doesn't give any result. We have lots and lots of theories. The thing is, we have to do a practical experiment. And the lab is nothing but this life. We ourselves for the experiment and we ourselves for the tools for it. We should start doing it. That's it. And one such experiment is this emotions. We should we we should clearly understand at what stage we are. Are we at the stage of emotional dishonest? Are we at the stage of emotional honest, emotional responsibility, or emotional honest, or emotional openness, or emotional assertiveness, or emotional understanding, or emotional detachment? We should clearly identify us at which stage we are. And yes, ultimately, we should move towards the emotional detachment. And through that, we should have this balancing state of feminine energies as well as masculine energies. We should have the compassionate within us. We should fill our heart with love and affection. We should have kind, caring attitude. We should have confidence. We should have strength, protection. We should have logical brain also, but not the quite opposite to it. And if we have the energies balanced in us, definitely, I would say we have all the solutions for whatever we're going through. Whatever the situation might be, we have already the solutions, because that balanced feminine energy and balanced masculine energy and emotional balances, this is leading us this is leading us to the state called the zero thought state. And at that zero thought state, we can, sitting in meditation, having that zero thought state, we can peacefully travel inside, we can do wonders. And yes, obviously, we can bring out the God inside us to the outer world. It'll be more and more beautiful, I would say. Isn't it, masters? And I'm very much happy for having this opportunity on the platform of PMC Africa for sharing the wisdom I've known. And I would like to thank Aparna ma'am and Neha ma'am. Really, I have loved and enjoyed sharing the wisdom which is known to me. And yes, all for this happening, the reason is Patriji, and I'll be forever gratitude to him. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for ma'am. Such a wonderful session on emotions. I was wondering, I've been listening to various versions of emotions, and I'm really surprised we have so many questions of emotions. Now, ma'am, when we talk about emotions, I just had a small question. How do we know that we are spiritual by nature, right? So how do we connect our emotions to spirituality as such? Already you have informed us and have told us in this session. But if a normally lame person who's just new into meditation or new into spirituality, how will we simply define where to connect our emotions to spirituality?
Normally, the person who is very new to meditation, they feel to come to that stage or to be connected, they feel like they have to uh, control the emotions, which is not actually true, or which is not actually the correct thing. Any moment we shouldn't try to control our emotions, we should try to balance our emotions. So what is the difference between controlling an emotions and balancing emotion is like, now if we have a spring in our hand, we will hold it tight, we'll suppress it, and once I leave it, what happens? It just jumps with more and more pressure, and it will be out of hands. That is what happens if we are trying to control the emotions. That is
Right.
the reason we should, instead of controlling the emotions, we should balance the emotions.
Right.
So initially, any person who is just entering to the meditation and who is having lots of doubts with the emotions, this has to be informed to the person. This is very, very
Right.
much important. And while trying to balance the emotions, definitely they will themselves understand the connectivity between the emotions as well as the spirituality.
Wow. That's nice, ma'am. Thank you for that simplified version. And the thoughts were just erupting in my mind as I was listening to you. We are normally emotionally connected to everything. We are connected materialistically. We are connected to things we have around us. Like we are connected to plants emotionally also as well. Like I can talk about myself. I go every time I'm very excited. I go to a nursery or I see somebody. I bring a plant and I plant it, and every day see it's growing, and suddenly it's not there. I'm like upset about it. Then I don't know the reason behind why it's happening, because for me I'm totally dedicated towards it. I'm planning, I'm watering it, I'm taking care of this. So emotions I play have a lot to play its environment as well. I think we are connected with the environment as well. Don't you think so, ma'am? So,
Definitely,
yeah,
we are connected. But the connectivity, is it really in the way? I mean to say, what to call, if you don't protect or if you don't perform that activities, whatever you're listing, can you be quite normal as the other day, or
no,
is it what to call as influencing you? No, I have done, I didn't do this activity, so what might be the thing? If this is happening, if that kind of triggers are happening, then we have to bring it to balance.
yes,
If we have
very
to
true.
bring it to balance, and the connectivity of emotions, we should, as we said, you might be in the stage of emotional assertiveness and emotional understanding. You're
Right,
expressing them positively, which is not hurting others, which is not hurting you. That is what connected to the emotional detachment.
very
Here
true.
we are understanding the emotions because many people around the world, they they are expressing their outbursting the emotions, not in the positive way, but in the negative way.
Yes.
Our main motto is to understand those things and to convert the negativity into positivity.
Yes, ma'am.
That is the reason I said you, if you're in the stage of not, I'm not doing this and I'm feeling, I'm suffering, that is the negativity. I'm not doing it, but still, yes, I can manage. Later on, if I get the opportunity, I'll do it. That is the positivity.
Yes.
That has to be understood and that has to be learned.
Yes, ma'am. I can very well relate to what you said, a latest incident in my life. I would love if other masters would like to communicate with ma'am. It is not only me communicating. If anybody has a query or something, please feel free to ask. Meanwhile, I'll be taking on the platform. What I was wanting today, latest example, I pride myself to be a great meditator, a great thing that I'm doing very good thing in life. I'm very much emotionally balanced and cool, but sometimes it triggers, as you said today, even that thing triggered and like I burst out. As you said, I was emotionally feeling from inside that, oh, I'm doing so much for my husband and my child, and still they're not understanding me. Then I had this outburst, and like a balloon, it burst, and then again it cooled down as well. The moment of realization, and a moment. Then I said, okay, I'm like, fine. Why am I doing this? What is the core reason of it? As I said, I analyzed it, and then I cooled down automatically. I did my bit of outburst, and then I cooled myself. Then I said, okay, I went to them, I smiled, and I went over and did everything what they wanted, and they tolerated me. End of the day, it's always about us, emotions and us. We are types of emotions. Like the types of emotions you told are the results of what can happen, and the ones which are there in your life for ages, from your childhood to your age till date. So we have to work on that as well, I think, right?
True,
Then
true,
automatically we are at peace.
true.
So that is what I think. I hope I understood you correctly.
Exactly. I would say, after listening to your, you are the true example what I wanted to demonstrate today in the class. And yes, the very much, I mean, the very important thing is the emotions, whatever we are happen having the discussion here, won't leave us, because a human being in this physical world is completely the combination, or I would say a emotional or intent wall. But how you balancing them is very very much important. That is
True.
what we cannot bring the emotions to zero state, but we can bring the thoughts to zero state. We cannot control the emotions, but we can balance the emotions. We cannot remove, but we can understand. That is what very very much essential.
Yes, ma'am. That is what we know what is inside us, but we need somebody else to act as a mirror to tell us that this is what you're feeling from time to time. Like we feel very good about it. Thank you so much for bringing out this topic of emotions. This topic of emotions is creating a lot of emotions inside me. I feel we have a lot of layers, which I would love to discuss that forever and forever. Like lovely topic, and like as you're telling me, I'm connecting it to the nature, I'm connecting it to the personality, I'm connecting it to some other things, and very nice. So today I think I have a special participant, a guest icon, Ashish ji, who runs another platform. Thank you for joining us, Ashish ji. If you are there, I would like to say hello to you. Please welcome and please say a few words.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Can I see you? One
Just
sec.
1 minute.
Yeah, I will.
Just 1 minute.
Yes. Ma'am, Ashish sir has a platform he runs on in Gurugram. Recently, he has started. Patriji has been guiding him. He feels that. So here now we have Patriji itself instead of Ashish sir. Yes, sir. He is Ashish sir.
Hello, sir.
Nethra ma'am, another master. We are all forthcoming. Ma'am is already a master. So, sir, a few words we would like
Hello,
to
ma'am.
share.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Uh, what I say, I just entered now only when I saw her message that
I
she
did
was
share
calling. So,
link.
मैंने कहा, I have to come. Once she has invited, then I have to come. So it's a great to see you, ma'am. And just I want to invite you in our platform also, Dhyan Sadhana and Brahm Gyan. And I have made this group only 2 months back. I stay in Gurgaon, and here B. Krishna sir is also a pyramid master, and I have made with him under his guidance. And I am totally devoted to Pitama. Totally, I have surrendered to Pitama from the first day when I made this group. And on the journey also, I started my journey on April this year April. So as Pitama is guiding me, I am doing it.
So, ma'am, we have
Very
another
great to hear,
example
sir.
of emotional surrender of Pitama Patriji. So, example is Ashish sir. Has here we have been inspiring each other for going on the path of understanding. So that's why I just felt like sharing that this I'm sitting here. Ma'am is sharing a lovely topic on emotions, sir. It's a great
Yeah.
topic. I learned many things which I was running away from. I knew, but I was running away. So that is how it is. Thank you so much for being part with us. And any more things, ma'am? Another things I was thinking in my life, I have been ruled over by my emotions and attachments. Do you think there is a differentiation between attachments and emotions are directly connected or directly proportional? What would you say?
Again, we should understand what is the effect or impact it is leaving. At certain times, attachment brings the emotions positively as well as negatively. One such habit you said, I'm attracted to nature, I want to plant, and that is an attachment. But what is the emotion it is releasing in you? And that matters a lot. So obviously, emotions and attachments are directly connected, I would say.
Yeah, because you don't realize that these emotions are working on your mind and body and intellect. It takes years to realize the state of mind and the reactions which are happening due to this. But the time you're realizing, sometimes it doesn't matter, we need to stay positive. But by the time you realize half of your journey is over, but because being a meditator, we feel doesn't matter, every day is a new day. So these are the various things which is cropping up in my mind today. So I was just clarifying, ma'am. Thank you so much for being supportive. Neha, ma'am, would you like to say something? If you are there, thank you, Ashish sir, for saying a few words.
And I would like to add the point, you know, it might be a personal attachment or it might be a materialistic attachment. Many people, because of being attached so much so closely, they are not able to understand what is the emotions they are releasing because of not having it in time or on time or all the time with them.
Okay. That's
So
okay.
this is also one perspective which we are supposed to be considering.
Right.
Ma'am,
So,
one question is in my mind now coming that um, emotions give us happiness and emotion give us sorrow.
It depends upon how you're understanding it, sir.
Then how to one thing is to be attached with the emotions, then we get this. Then if we are unsatisfied or we are getting sorrow, then how to detach with it?
We should understand the reason behind the emotion which is giving you happiness and which is giving you sorrow. Both we are supposed to understand. It might be the situation, it might be the person. And then we should be emotional assertiveness. Whether expressing or having this emotion, is it really essential or not? So it goes on stage by stage. So all the 6 stages, that is what the question, whatever you have asked, That is what the 6 stages we have understood in this sessions. So first we should be emotionally responsible, then we should be emotionally honest, then we should be emotionally openness, then we should be emotional assertiveness, and we should be emotional responsibility, and finally emotional detachment. So
Wow.
what is the emotion we have, either it is happiness or sorrowness? So is
It's
it truly arising from us or because of the situation? So
yeah.
what is uh, uh I mean, how we are able to react to it or respond to it, how we are feeling it. So before responding to it, we should deep down know, is it really essential or not? Through that, we'll be able to uh, lead to or go to the that final stage of detachment.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So I would,
Now,
yes.
now just waiting for your session in our group.
Sure, sure, sir.
So it all comes back to Sir's involvement in inviting you to his platform. That is his motto. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. I think it's ma'am's call and your invitation, and I'll also be part of it. So thank you very much, Ashish, for joining us on this platform. You brought some limelight to this, and
Thank
thank
you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you. It's all depends upon you, what you have done to me, and what you are doing to me, and what you will do to me.
In that case, that creates a lot of queries and questions. So let's bring each other happiness to each other and to everybody around us and to the world, because all the world, to people around us, are we are all emotionally connected. That was comes for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Exactly.
So coming
Yes.
to that theory, I would like to conclude this session. Thank you so much to all the masters who are around us. The master we know as a guided mentor, that is Patriji. There are other masters who are also here. As Patriji says, everybody is a master within himself. So, with these words, I would thank Nethra ma'am for giving us a lovely information on emotions, and thank you for Sir for questioning, and thank you all for joining us. Like I see few people, Neha ma'am, Mohini ji, Vineet ji, Dinesh ji, and Manish ji. Thank you. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Please
you, ma'am.
conclude the
Thank you.
session.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Thank
Now,
you, ma'am.
good morning to
Thank you.
us, Indians,
Yeah.
and a good day to all others. Thank you.
Thank
Namaste.
you. Yeah.